Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. Bueno, we welcome back the Puerto Rican jack of all trades, actor, filmmaker, producer, and editor Marc Reign, who is also the founder of Boricua Excellence, right? And he joins us today to discuss this year's El Barrio Parade, now in its fourth year, celebrating Puerto Rican culture and history. Everyone, please welcome actor, filmmaker, founder, and host of El Barrio Parade, Marc Reign, Boricua Excellence.
Thank you for having me again.
Yes, it's a wonderful annual affair.
Yes.
I mean, not only your parade, but the fact that we get to bring it
Right.
here and share it with our viewers
Yeah.
as it evolves.
Absolutely.
And my oh my, I want to say it has evolved from one year to the other.
Yeah.
I cannot
Definitely.
wait to share it with everyone, all the different organizations and individuals that are involved.
Yeah, I mean, that was, really grateful and happy to see it growing. And I mean, that's been the heart of this from the beginning, where it's about the people. It's about shining light on organizations and people, giving flowers to ourselves, because maybe no one else is going to do it for us. And I think people are, resonating with that energy and just wanting to throw into the pot.
Right.
Of
It's
this
like, well,
thing.
why not, make June another Puerto Rican month? I'm teasing,
Yeah,
of course,
I know, right?
as a fellow Puerto Rican. But no, but what
Right.
inspired you to do this, right? Because it is the week before
Yeah.
the National Puerto Rican Day Parade, and it's also the week before the 116th Street Festival,
Right,
which,
right.
again, like I said, it becomes like this whole, it's expanding into a whole month of festivities.
I know, right?
And
Yeah.
now you have this El Barrio Parade, and I would love for you to share with us what inspired you to create this parade and why title it El Barrio Parade.
Yeah, definitely. I think, I had previously mentioned, the origin story, which is in its first year, it was like a protest. They canceled the 116 Festival and the National Puerto Rican Day Parade on Fifth Avenue that year because of COVID, is what they said. But when I did a little digging, I noticed that all these other parades in the city were still happening. So it was kind of like they were, it was kind of like F the Puerto Ricans.
Got it.
And I was like, not this again, just
Right.
historically.
Right.
So I was like, no, I think we're gonna come together, and be the spirit of 116 Festival and the Puerto Rican Day Parade here in El Barrio that year. So I started with like 20 people in front of my house. We all brought flags, had one car with a big booming speaker, and we walked, just, and it was a
It
protest.
was an unofficial protest, though, right?
Yeah,
You didn't
it
have
wasn't-
like this time. Now you've got the actual precinct involved.
Oh, yeah,
You've
yeah,
got
yeah.
licensing,
Yeah, I
right,
mean,
to be able to walk as a group.
Yeah, every year it grew. That year we got lucky. It started with 20 people. By the end of that impromptu parade or protest, we had like over 100 people. I had like 10 cars lined up, and I made sure that we weren't blocking traffic,
Right.
so the cops didn't give us a hard time at all.
Right.
Every year going forward, though, then I collaborated with the 23rd Precinct to make sure that I'm doing it right, that they're not with us with their cars and their police, making sure that no one runs into us or
Right.
anything like that. And they're again with us, and very grateful for that. And every year, it just grows. And so this year, I'm really happy to say that, there's a lot of more organizations that I was able to give their flowers to, push into the light, and have with us at the parade.
Right, you're bringing everybody together, which I
Yeah,
love. I love. I've been watching its development, and it's really refreshing to see that it isn't coming from a commercialized perspective.
Absolutely not. I think that that's also why it's growing in the way that it is because this isn't a money grab for me. This isn't like, the more I get is the more I give.
Right.
This year, I'm very happy to say that we're having a pre-parade breakfast at 10 in the morning. And this is
And it's free, right?
And it's free, completely free for anybody. It's first come, first serve.
Right.
But shout out to my brother Chef also. He's gonna be coming in and he's gonna be doing, scrambled eggs, home fries, waffles, bagels. I mean, it's gonna be a real breakfast for people.
All right, let's walk us through the day. So they
Cool.
get breakfast. You feed them.
We charge the people up.
Yes, yes, yes. And this is all happening at El Barrio Art
And
Space.
Barrio Art Space, shout out to them. They really blessed us with that space. And so everything this year is at the El Barrio Art Space on 99th between 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, we're gonna shout out Rolinda Ramos.
Yeah, shout out to Rolinda, shout out to Jasmine, shout out to Emmanuel. I mean, shout out to Harry
Yes,
Rodriguez.
everybody wonderful.
I was
love
really,
it.
grateful to have all these people kind of like,
Nice.
allying with me. And so yeah, we start with the breakfast at 10 in the morning, and then for about an hour and 15, because then around 11:15, I'm gonna, start assembling everyone outside in front of the space and kind of lining everyone up for the parade. And then I usually, say like one or two things to charge the people up right for the parade. I have, my brother DJ Nino Flex. He's gonna be, providing the music. And then we start the parade at 12 o'clock as sharp as possible.
As sharp as possible.
Because you know how
None of
things
that-
go.
None of that CPT time, mi
Yeah,
gente.
exactly. This is Boricua excellence, trying to be as sharp as possible.
Right.
And so we start the parade. We, walk up 3rd Avenue. We whip around 116 to Lexington. This year's the parade, the route is a little bit longer, which I'm excited about. And we go make a left on 106 and come back to Art Space to then have a special moment there in the street with everyone that could make it, and then transition into the post-parade celebration. Now from like 2 to 5, 2 to 6.
So basically, you're doing like
An Infinity 8.
an Infinity 8.
Yeah.
How awesome is that?
I know, it wasn't planned that way, but look at God. It just kind of happened that way. So really happy.
That's beautiful.
that,
Though
it naturally
it's
happens
very
that way.
symbolic.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
We kind of, do that Infinity Day in the community. We come back and there's gonna be a special moment. I'm gonna be handing out a piece of history to everybody that can be there with us. I'll be singing the Puerto Rican national anthem, but the original version.
Right.
Just bringing that history to the
Right.
front, because that's, I think, another big part of this, where it's free for the people,
Right.
but I'm also trying to give people the history
Right.
that
Right.
many don't know.
Yeah, and you know what? And it's okay, right? Because
Yeah.
we've actually been deprived of it.
Exactly,
Right? Yeah,
exactly.
and so it's important to kind of restore it, right?
Absolutely.
And there's a reclamation also happening
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
process, and it's lovely that it's the next
Yeah,
generation,
yeah.
or it's intergenerational, I should say.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a lot. But, again, the thing that for my company, Latino Excellence, is to preserve our culture, teach our history, and empower the people. And I think, it kind of happens in that way, where we preserve our culture by teaching our history, and then by teaching our history, we empower the people.
Right, and
So-
also to add on to that, I want to also acknowledge the fact that you are also honoring our urban culture too,
Yeah,
because some of
absolutely.
these honorees are well known within the urban cultura, right?
Yeah,
Like Frankie
yeah.
Cutlass.
Right, in our diaspora, more specifically New Yorkers,
Right.
and even more specifically in El Barrio.
Right.
Shout out to Frankie Cutlass. I think it's been long overdue for him to get his flowers, for him to get his honors. This year they're celebrating the 30th anniversary of his song, A Puerto Rico, ho, right? And it's so interesting because everyone knows that song, but not everyone knows who made it.
Right, right.
And I think that's really important this
Right.
year, that I get to compound the honoring that he's getting this year, because I know that the National Puerto Rican Day Parade is also honoring him. So it's all kind of happening full circle. And he's from El Barrio.
Right.
When you watch that music video, it's in El Barrio, Spanish Harlem. And so really just honored to have him with us.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. So before we go, who else is being honored?
I mean, it's because it's still growing.
Right.
I honor everyone.
Right,
Which
I know
is-
you're honoring everybody.
Yeah,
and,
which is
you know,
like,
I just love the organic formulation that's occurring.
Yeah,
Right? Because
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
watching it. I'm
Right.
watching it on the sidelines. And I'm
Yeah.
going, wow. And there's more people and more people and more
Right.
people and more people. So, with that being said, how many people do you anticipate arriving?
I mean, between the special appearances, because I try to bring those people to the light, the organizations that I'm honoring, from the community, from East Harlem from also Puerto Rico. You know, I have Mi Patria coming.
Right.
I have Campamento Carey coming. You know, I'm even having in the post parade a performance from, you know, Riestra y Los Bojiques. They're a folklore Puerto Rican group from Puerto Rico. So, I mean, between these people already, we're looking at almost 100. And so then the other people that are just gonna come and join, I don't wanna throw a number, but it's last year we had about 200, over 200 people show. So I'm expecting, you know, or at least hoping for a solid turnout. That way,
Yeah.
probably bigger.
All right, you're hilarious.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going to
I
throw a
don't
number
want to throw
out
a
there.
number there, you know, just, we're gonna see what happens.
Well, it
But-
seems to be,
Yeah.
you know, evolving organically. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
for
only
sure.
imagine what kind of turnout you're gonna have.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have free ice cream. You know, shout out to Eat Sky High. You know, there's gonna be free ice cream. There's free food. This year I was able to get a sponsorship, drink sponsorship from Medalla, which is pretty awesome. Shout out to my brother James from La Fonda. We got food from La Fonda. We got food from Shag Snacks Catering. You know, I mean, there's just so many. I have a couple
Wow.
of vendors that are gonna be there.
Ay, pero qué
So,
cosa. And
it's gonna be a
and
whole
it's
thing.
free, right? So there's going to
All
be
of it,
vendors there,
yeah.
but a lot of the food and the ice cream and all of that is free.
All of it is free. I try to make it as virtually as free as possible. This year, because the post-parade celebration is in the art space, I had to create an RSVP system because
Right.
we only have a capacity of 150 people.
Okay.
But it's a donation-based ticket, so
Got it.
you can donate
Right.
with $1.
Right,
You know,
right.
I did put a little incentive there. If you donate $10, you get a Boricua Excellence pin, which
Okay.
is this. It's a really, really awesome pin. And
Okay, so good. That's beautiful. You just said that, right? So in order to participate in the indoor activities, you have to
Right.
RSVP. Where do they RSVP?
RSVP at Eventbrite. The link is in the Barrio Parade link, and at my personal Instagram at Marc_Reign. I think if you go to Eventbrite, you type in 4th Annual Barrio Parade, it should pop up.
Okay, and that, to be clear, is to participate in the indoor
Yeah, to have-
events, right? But
yeah.
everybody can participate in the marching.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't need to
everybody
RSVP
can.
for the
No
marching.
RSVP for the marching, for the parade. Just come with your pride, your flags, your excellence, you know, and be with us.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Marc Reign, everyone, Boricua excellence. Once again, this year's El Barrio Parade is set to take place June 1st at 12:30. Actually, it's going to start earlier than that, but the parade itself takes off around
Right.
12:30. And that's meeting at East and 99th Street and 3rd Avenue. That's between 3rd and 2nd. And the pre-parade breakfast and post-celebration require an RSVP, as we mentioned, and that's going to be taking place at El Barrio Art Space, located at 215 East 99th Street. However, you do have to RSVP on their Eventbrite, which can be found at El Barrio_Parade. And that's on Instagram, of course, mi gente. So, power to the people.
Let's
Stay
go.
tuned for more Open after the break.